trying to angle my lights so that there's very little shadow, but it's really tricky. But once I get down, I think it's all right. So, hello. Glad you're here. Happy New Year again. Happy day, happy rain. Happy to see you. Make sure you feel extra cozy and comfortable on your back. We had on Tuesday lessons from a tree. And today we have lessons from the ocean. And we'll try to do a little bit of flowing movement. I mean, even if it's not that vinyasa flow that was so famous in yoga with the push up and the upward dog and the downward dog, all the movement can feel flowy, and the breath can feel flowing. Inhaling and exhaling like the ebb and flow of the ocean. Okay, so this is from Spirit Daughter. I know I read this recently, so hopefully you're not like, oh, this old thing. Lessons from the ocean. Go with the flow, but crash when you need to. Be beautiful on the surface, but have depths far below. Touch as many foreign lands as possible, but belong to none. Sparkle all day, but be reflective at night. Be soft, but unstoppable. Lessons from the ocean. If you are familiar with Ujjayi breathing or ocean breathing, you can incorporate that. It's a very, very subtle, whispery sound by making the teeniest feeling of constriction in the throat. It is not supposed to feel aggressive or constricting, but there is a little tightening in the throat area so that when you breathe in and out, still through the nose, you hear like a little whisper sound or the ocean sound or a very peaceful Darth Vader sound. Ocean breathing or flowing inhales and exhales. That's it. That's your assignment right now. Notice if your mind wandered and come right back to your breathing. Now that you've been here, present with your breath for a few moments, notice if there's any place that could soften a little bit, letting go of the day, maybe your shoulders, the jawline, maybe your toes and fingers could soften. And bring your awareness to your belly. Let the belly soften as well. We're often gripping there and holding. As you enjoy the breath flowing in and flowing out, let the belly be soft. Bring your hands to touch in front of your heart center. Noticing how you feel after a few minutes of being instead of doing. And give yourself permission to be extra gentle with yourself today. And from our hearts out, let's send a good wish, a blessing, a prayer, something good to someone or someplace that could use a little extra today. Release your arms, draw your knees in toward your chest. And take this kind of upside down child's pose. You might point and flex the feet a little bit, the ankles. And you can be still, or it may feel good to move your body side to side. Coming back to center, one hand on each leg. You can have it on the knee or the shin. You'll kind of find just the right placement. And inhale, allow the legs to go away from the body. And exhale, draw the legs back in. Small movement, inhaling, legs away, exhaling in. So creating a gentle movement in the low back, extension and flexion in your lumbar spine, following the breath, inhaling out, exhaling in. Once more. Find kind of a neutral middle ground place, and then still with one hand on each leg, we'll circle the legs now. each leg making a circle. This also encourages that low back movement, but feels small and caring. It's not anything aggressive. Many of us have these cranky low backs sometimes. This kind of movement can ease you in to feeling better. Switch direction with your legs. And bring the legs together, feet together, legs together, and we'll circle as the legs with one unit, big or small circles. And switch direction. Even these movements can feel flowing. There's a fluidity to the movement, right? We're not rigid, we're going with the flow. One more time around. Release your legs. You can keep them bent or let them straighten out. Take your arms out in a T and a few full breaths right here. Maybe that ocean breathing, that gentle whisper sound, or just breath in and out. Regular rhythm flowing. Bend your knees. Hug your right leg in and hold behind the thigh. Actually, let's start with this part. So the hands can tap along the back of the thigh on your right leg. Up and down, tapping. Bringing some energy, some aliveness to the back of the thigh. Hello, hamstrings. And then just clasp your hands and we'll straighten and bend. Right leg. Any amount. Feel free to change the shape of your foot, reaching with the foot pointed or dorsiflexion, reaching through the heel. You have time. You can try a few of each. You may need to remind your shoulders to relax as you're holding the leg. Last one. And you can switch and just hold the leg on the shin. Keep the left leg bent, or perhaps for a few breaths, straighten the left leg out. You can let it relax. Or you can dorsiflex the left ankle, very active now in the left leg. Release the right leg. Bend your left. Take a full in breath and out breath. Maybe sigh. There's that sound of the ocean. Hug your left leg in, and let's do the tapping first, finding the hamstring on the back of the left thigh. Holding the leg, and begin to straighten and bend. Keep your pace nice and relaxed. Remember, you can play with the shape of the foot, pointing, reaching with toes, or reaching with the heel. It's not about getting the leg straight. I mean, you're not getting a gold star for that. You're getting a gold star for taking care, noticing sensation of stretch, and breathing with that. And last one. Switch your clasp to the shin, holding the left leg, maybe sliding the right leg out. Right leg can relax, or you can have the toes toward the sky, heel down. Release your left leg, both legs long or bent, arms out in a T. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Draw your knees in. Let your legs and arms float up into resting bug. And we'll circle ankles and wrists. Switch direction. And we'll allow legs to go apart and together. Any amount, and you can have knees bent and arms bent if that feels better. Taking this kind of, I don't really know what this shape would be. It's like fetal pose flipped over with moving limbs. Straight legs and arms or bent. And one more time. And you'll keep the arms straight and the legs will bend like you're in a chair that tipped over. You can press the back down into the mat or allow the little natural curve. You just want to feel strong in your center. So if it feels like you're falling into a back bend, press the back down. Don't forget to breathe. This is home position right here. Take your right arm and your left leg away from home and then come back. Tiny bit works. Opposite, left arm, right leg, away, and then back. The other two limbs try to stay straight. Opposite limbs reaching any amount. Other two limbs, stillness. Breathe, breathe. Keep your shoulders and your jaw happy. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Let's do a couple more. Each way, maybe you're adding a clap now in the middle because you're so happy. One more each way. And release everything. Wide arms, wide legs. Feel the support of the earth. Let your belly breathe, chest breathe, low back breathe, upper back breathe. Expand the breath a little more. Let the whole body fill up. Maybe a gentle sigh, exhale. Twice more. Whole body inhale. Whole body exhale. Last one. Release the arms. Bend your knees. Let's take the left leg on top for thread the needle. And take this low variation, keeping the right foot down. Or you might like to draw the legs in, holding shin or thigh. If you have a block or your chair or your wall handy, you can always add support. Let's just see, like I have these two pillows here, so I could put the pillows there. Now I've brought the right foot up a little bit, so that can be nice too. All the variations count. Nice deep breaths here. Notice the stretching sensation, outer left hip or thigh. Maybe the last few breaths on this side, you release the arms, just do the work with your legs. And release. We'll switch sides. I'm going to try that thing with the pillows on the second side. Right leg on top, giving yourself support. Left leg down or draw the legs in. Notice this side compared to the first. And keep your awareness on your breath. Consider releasing the arms and keeping the legs. Keeping the shape for a few breaths. Release, thread the needle. Let your legs straighten out. Arms by your sides. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, arms back down. Inhale, up and over. Exhale down. Let your breath lead the way. Well, next time the arms come up, let them stay up if that feels okay. If that's too much, cactus arms or T arms. Deep breaths, like the deep ocean. Whole body, inhale and exhale. Twice more like that, filling up, emptying out. You can keep your legs long, let your arms float up. Make some sweeping movements, some circles with the arms, any size. Switch direction. And pause. One hand belly, one hand heart, legs straight or bent. Just connect right here to your center, energy of your heart. And feel the belly rise and fall with each breath. Release your arms by your sides. Straighten your legs if they're not. And take your right arm up and over. Reach through the right arm and then reach through the right leg. See if you can lengthen the right side of the body. Deep breath into the whole right side. Release. Bring your right arm down. Left arm up and over. Reach through the left arm, through the left leg. Whole left side long. And release. Okay, we'll add on creating this long stretch that you're familiar with, the kind of banana shape or crescent shape. We'll take the legs to the right. And you can hook the legs if you'd like, or just let them be side by side. You may be very happy with that. Just kind of outer hip is where I feel that, but you can feel it anywhere. Pelvis stays grounded, but if you want, you can shimmy and add the torso, and you can reach the arms. Keep both sides of the pelvis down. And we breathe deeply. We feel, again, one side is in extension, but the right side is contracted. See if you can breathe into that as well, making a little space through the scrunchy parts. We have a few more breaths here. Keep noticing. Inhale, exhale. And let's bring the upper body back to neutral. Kind of Scoot-asana, back to center. Shavasana arms. Bring the legs back now and pause. Let everything settle. Now we'll take the legs to the left, hooking the legs or not. Both sides of the pelvis down. And then if you want, you add upper body, arms, finding that place that feels just right for you. And it may be different from side to side. Both sides of the waist, breathing in, breathing out, and feeling the expansive side and feeling the contracted side. And just the upper body coming back to neutral, to that place that feels a little more centered. And then you can bring the legs back, pausing in this Shavasana shape, letting your body breathe. Feel the support beneath you. Bend your knees. Let's come to supported bridge. Lifting your pelvis, placing your cushion or your block or your folded up blanket underneath, making sure that you feel just right in your low back and your pelvis. And take the feet a little wider. Let the knees fall together, maybe with your other cushion. So we have a little internal hips instead of external. We do that a lot. So this is kind of nice. You could also take your legs up into the sky if you'd like. Leaving your pillow or taking the pillow out. And bring your hands to your belly or let your arms rest in any shape that feels good. Take the first few breaths, just letting the body settle in. Recognize this pose, the support, the gentle inversion. If it feels good to you, allow your head to gently tilt to one side. Breathe in, breathe out. Come back through center and allow the head to tilt to the other side. Coming back to center. Notice how your body feels. If you're comfortable in the shape that you're in, if not, make any tiny adjustments. And then settle back in. And a couple more minutes here. Slowly and gently as you can, you'll bring yourself back down onto your mat, removing your cushion, setting yourself up for Shavasana. You might wrap yourself up in a blanket. If you feel like you need any sort of gentle twist or a happy baby, any other little pose, you can add that in. Otherwise, stretch out, support yourself, and let your body rest. And bring your awareness back to your breath. Maybe a few rounds of ocean breathing if that feels good. Wiggling fingers and toes. Any other movement that feels good, drawing your knees in or stretching your whole body. Allowing for a full in-breath, maybe a gentle sigh. Exhaling. And you can stay on your back if you'd like, or roll to your side into fetal pose. Lessons from the ocean. Go with the flow, but crash when you need to. Be beautiful on the surface, but have depths far below. Touch as many foreign lands as possible, but belong to none. Sparkle all day, but be reflective at night. Be soft, be unstoppable. From Spirit Daughter. Making your way up to sit or staying on your back is fine too. Hands come to your heart center. Grateful for the ocean, for the rain, for the rainbow. Today there was a beautiful rainbow. And for each other, thank you. Thank you for sharing your practice. Thank you, ladies.